following broadcast is rated S for spoilers.
Do you like TV shows? How about a TV show about some TV shows? About some TV shows that is a TV show, watched by the characters inside a TV show. WandaVision, the TV show. You said huh when they bonded over their vaguely defined superpowers.
I'm still me, I think.
You know I don't know what this is.
You said, oh, okay, when they dated for 2 years off camera.
Wanda, for 2 years, we stormed these moments.
And you thought, well, I guess that's over when this happened. But ever since Cap left Bucky for this homewrecker, Wanda and Vision are the closest thing Marvel has to a healthy relationship, even though she's torturing a small town with her mind.
When you let us sleep, we have your nightmares.
Your grief is poisoning us.
And he's her imaginary vibrator programmed only to love.
You can't control me the way you do them.
Can't I?
Watch this power couple cosplay through some of history's most delightful sitcoms, from Modern Family
It's probably just a case of the Mondays.
to Malcolm in the Middle
Mom's been weird since Uncle Pietro got here.
to the shows boomers love because they literally had no other options.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you won't get no spending cash.
But every once in a while, this supercomputer manages to calculate something about all this might not be on the up and up.
I have questions. What is it? How did this happen? She came here because we're all what? What was that about? Why aren't you telling me? Why are there no other children in Westview?
Am I dead?
Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Because the big question of the series isn't so much what's gonna happen, but more, what the is even happening?
I don't know, and I don't know.
In a story that's really about Wanda's grief and finding acceptance. The acceptance that no matter how original a Marvel thing starts off, it still has to end with a sky beam and 2 CGI dolls throwing particle effects at each other. It's just so meaningful. This reminds me of my own struggles. I'm sorry, I just need a second. But there's more to the show than an expanding red bubble of sadness that makes America great again. Step outside the hex to meet characters like Darcy, the latest phase of Marvel's image rehab campaign for Thor: The Dark World. Jimmy Woo, the only cop who's also into close-up magic that anyone could ever love. And Monica Rambeau, who grows from a knowing commentary on TV's Black Best Friend trope into an actual example of TV's Black Best Friend trope.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
And finally, into a superhero who could one day become Marvel's first Black Best Friend trope. In space! Together, they'll take on some brand new villains, like this generic military jerk-ass, Dottie, who... Actually, Dottie doesn't really matter. And the head witch in charge, Agatha Harkness, a well-brewed concoction of 1 part Maleficent and 2 parts Cruella de Vil.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Let your love for Katherine Hahn blind you to the fact that her plan doesn't make a ton of sense, and her past implies that the Salem witch trials were kinda onto something. And despite what her absolute bop of a theme song claims,
It's been Agatha all along.
she barely knows what's going on either.
I need you to tell me how you did this.
I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
It's been Wanda's repressed trauma all along, but Agatha kinda nudged her in that direction. Doesn't exactly top the charts though, huh? Are you a hardcore Marvel fan? Then you know WandaVision wasn't meant to be enjoyed, but dissected frame by frame to predict what's coming next. As this show spawned a QAnon-style army of forecasters who were so sure that Mephisto was behind it all.
The devil's in the details, Bev.
That's not the only place he is.
Nope, just a deep-cut Easter egg. Evan Peters' casting was proof of the multiverse. Wrong, just an elaborate boner joke.
Boner.
And that the last episode had to have a Luke Skywalker-level cameo.
I work with this actor that I have always wanted to work with.
Oh!
And we have fireworks together.
How about Paul Bettany giving himself head instead? Why can't you just accept the fact that the big bad for the MCU's first Disney Plus series was grief? Does Feige have to spell it out on an announcement board or something? So if you've been feeling sad and hopeless lately and just want to mentally check out and fill all the voids in your life with garbage TV, catch the story of a superhero who does pretty much exactly that. And at the end of the day, after all the trauma, follow her to the place all Marvel characters go once their arcs are done. Some lonely-ass cabin in the woods. Starring I'm a witch, I'm a mother, an Avenger had a brother. Wanda's No Scrunch.
I'll see you at curtain call. That was radical.
Get the skin thing.
Cuddles and kisses between his little ears.
Weekend at Betney's. What white nonsense is this? Agatha Crispy. A Spectrum representative will arrive anytime between the hours of 1 and 9 p.m. Boner. Save the Cat. Woo's Clues. Wrecking Ralph.
The only way Ralph would remember our anniversary is if there was a beer named June 2nd. What Ralph could really use is how to goose your wife so you don't lose your wife. Ralph looks better in the dark, so I'm not complaining. Not that Ralph ever wants to eat anything other than baked beans, which explains a lot about his personal appeal, mind you. You sure you don't want an audience volunteer named My Husband Ralph? Oh.
Hey, where'd you blow me? Wanda's twin powers activate. Going through Hex. And what is this show, if not joy disappearing?
Do you have a brother, Mom? He's far away from here, and that makes me sad sometimes.
He was killed by Ultron.
Maria died 3 years ago.
Before what? I can't remember my life before Westview. I don't know who I am.
You probably suppressed a lot of the trauma.
You're so crippled by your own self-doubt.
All you people who left still have the luxury of optimism. You have no idea what it was like.
All is lost. I only remember feeling completely alone. Endless nothingness.
So much trauma.
It can't all be sorrow, can it?
Parents dead, brother dead, Vision dead.
I have a daughter. If you could just let her out of her room. If I could just hold her.
I can't feel you.
Thanks for choosing me to be your mom. You are my sadness.
Hex in the City. If Wanda ever needs backup, she should just call her neighbor Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon.
I'm too old for this.
Hey, Screen Junkies, are you the ultimate MCU fan? Click the link to sign up for the Fandom 5 Trivia Contest and win real money for all your made-up knowledge. More of a DC person? Click the link to join our live 4-hour watch-along of the Snyder Cut. No bathroom breaks allowed. Like a good neighbor, stay home if you're not feeling well. You're a witch, Wanda. We must avenge Sparky. Your name is Ralph Boner. Every word in the dictionary. I'm doing this, but only because I choose to.